Gilgeous-Alexander on the drive, pulls back, baseline, jumper's good! OKC with their first lead of the second half. Williams has been hot all night, falling away, got it! 40 points for Jalen Williams. 28 remaining, Holmgren down the lane! A Holmgren hammer, and it's back up to a dozen.
This is Udart. You're listening to the Uncontested.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Uncontested Weekly Show, part of the Blue Wire Podcast Network and proudly sponsored by Prairie Artisan Ales. I'm your host on this Wednesday evening, JD Silva, joined by one fella, Nick Crane.
Hello. I am cracking the buzzer beater, the GOAT of all beers. Prairie has a lot of good ones. This probably is like the most classic.
It's real good. I need to go restock. Before we get into tonight's show, be sure to subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. Leave us a 5-star rating. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, wherever. You can also check out our Patreon by clicking the link in the description of this episode or by scanning the QR code above my head on the live stream here. You get extra content. You get access to the Discord. It's a lot of fun. Nick, how are you?
I am good. I'm excited for tonight's show. These are always like the epitome of off-season content, but I actually think it's good reflection, and the class that we're talking about tonight is super relevant, not only for the Thunder right now, but like quite literally for the trajectory of the franchise forever.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be super fun. This is one of those where it's like, should we do a redraft? And it's like, yeah, that's fun. Let's do
Do the redraft. So we're doing a 2022 redraft. Last year we did a 2021 redraft, and like we do every offseason, I'm always going back to a year ago, seeing what we did to see if we can like iterate on that. And last year we did the offseason homework, which we did on Sunday, and today we're doing another redraft, but this time in 2022. And like Nick just said, this is like the most impactful draft for the Thunder in a long time ever. So we're definitely gonna do that. Not really any news. They signed Malevi Leons to an Exhibit 10 camp deal. And the ESPN heads that hated on the Thunder are just going through it. Gilbert Arenas, Marcus Morris, Shannon Sharp. Don't talk shit about the Thunder on live TV or you'll have consequences, I guess. It's like karmic justice.
There's been like in the aftermath of all this happening, like one of the funniest things is that social media is like going back and ripping clips of like all these people's worst takes.
Mm-hmm.
And like some of the collection, I saw a clip that had, I think it was Stephen A, both Morris twins, Gilbert Arenas, and somebody else. And it's just like, what do we do? This is ESPN, like what we grew up being like the sports network.
Stuart Scott, those guys.
And it's like I understand like doing former players, like, but get like the intellectual ones, like get the players that were known for being super genius smart. Don't like, does anyone want to hear the Morris twins talk ball?
No, I don't think so. I think they just generate outrage and viral moments. The NFL is not really like that. Like you have your intellectual players up there, but NBA media caters to a younger audience with TikTok brain, I guess. And
TikTok brain.
That's just that's where we are. That's where we are. But that's why you're listening to us. We don't have TikTok brain. And all right, we might as well just start. We're gonna kick this off. 2022 redraft. This is gonna be fun. Are you going first or am I going first?
Well, that's who wants to have the controversial pick. Do you want me to be in the hot seat and do it?
I kind of want to pick first because I want you to criticize me if you think I'm wrong.
Okay.
I think that will be good.
Do it.
With the first pick in the 2022 NBA redraft, I'll be taking. Now, one quick caveat. Are we picking as if we are that team again?
Yeah. Okay. Same order.
The Magic are picking Paolo Banchero again.
Okay.
First overall. I think they need a number one scoring option. They need a number one kind of hub of the offense. Paolo has yet to reach that ceiling, and I think he is more equipped to reach the ceiling like that than our guy, Jalen J-Dub Williams.
Yeah, I agree. And it's like, could J-Dub have been the number one guy in Orlando the past few years? Like, maybe. Like, the dude just scored 40 points in an NBA Finals game. But yeah, I think if you're the Magic, I think if you're any team not named the Thunder, like he might just be the pick. Like he's a clear number one alpha. He's proven he's good enough to get middling teams into the playoffs. Like he's a good player, and there's always going to be the debate between him and Dub. But like I think if there was a redraft, the Magic would 10 out of 10 times take Paulo again.
Yeah. So I think J-Dub, we can kind of mold this. I assume you're taking J-Dub with pick 2 here.
No, I'm not.
Are you really not?
I'm really not.
All right. We'll go to the J-Dub conversation when we get there.
Okay. I think I would still go Chet too. And obviously J-Dub is a better player than Chet today. Overall, I think that if you need to win a championship today, you could probably make a case either way, like depending on what your team needs are. But like Dub's probably the more equipped to help you win a title today. I still just think like in any draft, you go for size and you go for unicorn. And like you think about in the last 10 years, Silva, the guards, I know J-Dub's not a traditional guard, like he can play up, but the guards who have been drafted, like number one overall is like Cade. Who else recently? There's not a ton.
Not many guards have gone.
Yeah, not a ton.
Ant, if you want to count.
Ant. Yeah, Ant was up there. I mean, he's not like a point guard, but like he's definitely a guard. Yeah. There's one more, I think, in the past 10 years, and I'm blanking on his name, but
Markelle Fultz.
Yes, Markelle Fultz. Yeah, brilliant. Like the only guards that have been taken in the past like 10 drafts, number one overall. I just think that there's a reason that every year in and year out, it's either like a 7-footer or it's a power forward or it's a jumbo wing, because that is what teams want. Like as good as J-Dub is, there are a lot of players out there that could end up being as good as J-Dub. There's just not a lot of 7-footers that can do what Chet can do. And for that reason, I still think that Chet probably goes 2 overall. Even if Presti could see, 3 years in what they looked like, I still think he might go Chet.
Yeah, I think you're right. When you first made the pick, I was a little shocked, but I think that's because I was looking at it as like, who's the best player from this class? And it's J-Dub.
So far, it's J-Dub for sure.
But if you put yourself in Sam Presti's seat again, I think you do take that swing. You take the swing on the outliers taking place. And I still am crazy high on Chet. He's still, I think, my personal favorite Thunder player to watch. Mm-hmm. I would like a healthy year again. I'm sure we'll get that. It's been 2 freak injuries, but hopefully he's not injury prone in that he has like the same reoccurring injury. Let's just hope he stops attracting the freak injuries, because that's a different type of injury prone that I am not comfortable with at all, obviously. But no, he's amazing. I think he'll have a great year.
Yeah, I agree. They're both phenomenal players, and Dub's obviously third. There's no question. There's a clear top tier in this. So I'll let you kind of talk about Dub versus Paulo, because I think that's still the conversation, even if we both may think that Chet's the second guy in a redraft. Like the conversation, just because they were actually in the same rookie class with Paulo and Dub, is going to be a conversation for a long, long time. And we may never get like the clear, like Dub may never be a number one option, like in Oklahoma City. Paulo may always be the number one option in Orlando. So it may never be apples to apples, but I'm curious your opinion, because I know you love Magic fans in your mentions. What's your opinion on Dub versus Paulo?
I think that the Magic should be, but this is a weird case where both teams should be happy with who they have. I think Paolo is exactly what the Magic need and have needed for a long time. And you could say, in terms of what their jobs are, I think J-Dub probably reaches the peak of what his job and his role is in the NBA more easily than Paolo. But if Paolo reaches the peak of what he can reach, then he is the better player. Paolo is like it's hard to compare. Not many players are like Paolo. It's like if you reach the peak of Paolo, it's like a LeBron type or a LeBron Tatum mix, and that's a crazy peak, and he might not reach it, but that's why you take the swing on him, I think. Yeah,
and we were talking last Sunday's show or the Sunday before about Sorber and how he's like 6'10", 265. A little bit of that's out of shape weight, but like presumably when he's in game shape, he'll be 6'10", 250. And we're talking about that's a massive human being who can hold his own on the block. That is also Paolo's height and weight. And he moves like a freaking guard. Like that is special.
Yeah. I don't think like J-Dub is exactly what the Thunder needed, and he fits perfectly next to SGA. Paolo would still be awesome on the Thunder, but he's not going to do all the dirty work that J-Dub does. He's not going to give you the second team all defense stuff that J-Dub gives you.
Yeah.
I guess that kind of leads us into the third pick as the Rockets. Like you take J-Dub here.
Yeah, you do.
For sure.
And I think for a future show, as we cycle through off-season content, I think it'd be really fun to do a segment on ranking the number 2 options in the NBA, and then maybe ranking like third options or ranking trios, because I don't think the Thunder still gets the credit they deserve because of how young the team is. And I'm not asking you to open up this can of worms right now, but like when you think about Dub as a second option in this league, he's premier, dude.
Oh yeah,
among the best.
Is he a top 25 player? Top 30 player?
I mean, I know there's a lot of injuries in the 65 game rule, but he was third team All NBA.
He was.
He was second team All Defense. He was starting to creep into the conversation of Finals MVP. I just will other fan bases say, no, this player is better? Like, sure, but I think there's a real case he's top 25 in the league. No question.
Yeah. It's like, do you want the highest of high-end second options in J-Dub, or do you want a potentially very high-end number 1 option in Paolo? We'll see. Paolo was really good in the series he played last year. I'm sure that'll continue.
Yeah.
It's also different team contexts. Like Paolo is just always going to have a harder job with that roster construction. Maybe not this year.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right. So original draft obviously went Paolo, Chet, Jabari. Our draft has gone Paolo, Chet, J-Dub. Hell of a job by Sam Presti getting the second third guys.
No kidding.
So number 4, it's the Kings, who originally drafted Keegan Murray. Who are you taking now?
Okay, so Keegan Murray, the kind of knock on him coming out was he was a little bit older. I think he was 20 when he came out of college, which isn't like old, but like compared to some of these like 18-year-olds, he was a multi-year college player. Because of that, he was really good out of the gate. And if this were like a redraft after these players' rookie seasons, I think Keegan's still a clear number 4.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because it's the Kings. Maybe it's because I didn't watch him enough this year. Maybe it's because I didn't hear about him enough this year. I don't have him 4 anymore. And maybe this is, again, recency bias. I'm going to go Dyson here.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
His defensive upside this year was elite. He's got a long way to go offensively. But he is without a doubt like a needle-moving championship piece. And like while Keegan Murray is a phenomenal shooter, and that's very important in the modern NBA, I think from a replacement player standpoint, I would feel more comfortable replacing a Keegan Murray if he were to not be on my team next year. Dyson is like, how do you replace that kind of defensive upside? It's really hard.
It is. Dyson, especially, and this happened as soon as he was traded away from New Orleans, it felt like, which is tough for that cursed franchise. But he was exactly what Atlanta needed in terms of a guy you can pair next to Trae Young that can cover up all those defensive weaknesses that he has. He got a little better at shooting this season. I didn't watch the Hawks that closely, to be honest, but I know he got a little more.
I mean, like a third of his threes.
Yeah, and if that number goes up, you're talking like then he's in like the Derek White tier of player, and that's the third best player on the Celtics at this point. Like that, the ceiling is still there for him, and he's still pretty young. I think.
Yeah,
still
he is.
Probably 22, 23, if I had to guess.
I think he's younger than that, probably. Nothing the old Google machine can't validate for us here. Dyson Daniels is 22. Okay, he's
not bad.
2003. So
he would, and if you put him in the Kings context, I mean, the Kings have traded away all their exciting guard prospects. I mean, Devin Carter, I guess, but that would give you some other semblance.
And I wouldn't
be
shocked if they traded him for Kuminga now.
Oh my God, I know. They just it's bad. Yeah, Keegan Murray. I don't want to use this pick to also drag Keegan Murray, but I didn't hear. I listened to so much NBA content, and I didn't hear anything about him. I think he just kind of plateaued, and he's gonna fit into that Harrison Barnes kind of role where he's just always that guy, like your seventh 6th, 7th best guy on your team that is valuable. He's going to make a lot of money throughout his career, but he's not what you'd want at number 4.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Okay, number 5, the Pistons drafted Jaden Ivey with this one. I'm also realizing this draft, am I wrong to say this draft wasn't that good?
It was really good at the top.
It was really good at the top.
Like what we're talking about with AJ, Cam, and Darren in this upcoming 2026 class being like 3 guys that are like good enough to be face of the franchise, like build your roster around kind of guys. That was this class. Like the Magic literally did it with Paulo.
Yeah.
If J-Dub gets drafted to the Wizards instead of Johnny Davis, they're building their whole team around him. The Rockets are an interesting case, but like if Chet had gone 3 to the Rockets, like I don't know if they'd have fully built around him, but like there were teams that would have built around Chet if they'd had the chance to draft him. So like that's generational stuff. They didn't go 1, 2, 3. They went 1, 2, 12. But yeah, the top of this class is stupid good. But from there, it's just kind of like good role players throughout the rest of the lottery, which is probably the normal draft. I think that's probably the case in most years where you have like a few star level players and the rest are just like high upside role players, borderline all stars. And I think that's probably the case with this class.
Yeah. Now we're kind of getting, I think I'm going to take a swing here.
Oh,
I'm going to take a swing.
You're going to be Keegan here.
I almost did, and I was looking up this player because I was going to make the joke of get ready to learn Garrett Temple, buddy, because I think he's going to be like the Garrett Temple. You know, Garrett Temple's just like hung around forever.
Yeah.
That's kind of going to be Keegan. But I think I'm going to take a swing and take Shaedon Sharpe.
Oh.
I still really like Shaedon Sharpe. He's had injuries. He's had a strange team context. I think he still has a lot of room to pop on that team, especially that. I think that they're going to be like a pretty solid team this year. Really good defense. The Denny Tumani Kamara pairing is really intriguing to me. I think he can play off them really well. Scoot's going to have Drew Holiday now. Like Scoot, Drew, Tumani, Denny, Shaedon. There's something going on there. I think he's still really young himself. He was always going to be a project. Maybe this is the year. I think I'm still taking that risk over Keegan, over Garrett Temple 2.0.
Okay, that's not what I expected you to do. So I'm like over here.
I liked him in the. I wanted him to I wanted the Thunder to trade up from 12 to get Shaedon in that draft.
Because he was the weird, didn't play college ball. He like went to Kentucky, but like didn't actually play. Yeah, he was a wild card. I don't dislike the pick. I just didn't think you were going to go there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a few ways we can go here. Keegan's still on the board. Then like another couple guys you can consider that I just think are so like you kind of know what they are and could be. Like you have Jalen Duren, you have Ben Mathurin. I'm gonna go a little bit off the wall here too, maybe. Andrew Nembhard.
Let's go. I was hoping you would go high.
Like to be seen if he ends up being as good as he was in the playoffs in the regular season. Like, was this just a blip, or is this who he is? This elite defender. A little bit of a streaky shooter, but like can get buckets. Like some of those shots he made off the dribble against OKC were nuts. Anytime you draft a player, you know, there's 82 game players or 16 game players. He's a 16 game player. And a lot of these other guys, while they may have been better overall, like we've seen Andrew Nembhard do it in the biggest moments in the game of basketball. I value that. So I'm gonna go with him here. Are you keeping track of our draft here?
Yep. I can give us a recap after this. This is a great pick. There's still some picks out there that might be better than him someday. But in terms of at number 6, getting a known quantity, getting a known playoff riser, I think he just turned 25, or he's about to turn 25. Let me see. Andrew Nembhard birthday. He turned 25 in January.
Okay.
So he's still fairly young. And we'll see what he can do this season, kind of creating on his own. Yeah, I gained all the respect for that guy in the playoffs this year.
He's
good
tough,
pick.
Man. He's tough.
Hey, Destiny. That was the pick 6 would have still been the Pacers.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. All right, number 7. It's getting sad watching a couple names fall. Oh no. Who am I taking here?
I know who I would go here. I hope you don't take him.
Oh no. Okay, let's see. There's like 3 names I'm considering here. I know who you want me to take, but probably won't do it. Oh, dang it. Now I'm going to do it. Tari Eason.
Okay.
I'm taking Tari Eason here. I think he is a really exciting kind of bozo mode super athlete. Can kind of do it all on defense, still kind of getting there on offense. He's weirdly been, at least eye test wise, more impactful than Jabari. Which is, and Jabari still has some room to grow, but Tari's just been like plug and play, kind of like was immediately Jeff Green when he came in. Fun guy for sure.
I'm gonna go Jabari with my pick. That's who I was thinking in that same slot. The Rockets did great in this draft.
They did.
Both jumbo wing archetypes that can defend and make shots. I think Jabari, he's not the player that I had one on my board. Like looking back, like at Auburn, he just showed so much flash that we've not even seen. So maybe he gets there at some point. It's gonna be hard. Kevin Durant's gonna teach him a lot, but at the same time, his opportunity is not going to be there, unless guys get hurt. He kind of is at this point a ceiling, like really, really good 3-and-D, not just a role player 3-and-D, but like a really, really good 3-and-D, like a bigger Trey Murphy. Like he could be that kind of guy, which is super valuable and make a ton of money in his career. I thought he was like good enough to be face of the franchise, and he just is not that guy. But if you could get Jabari Smith at the 8th pick in this draft, I think that's incredible value.
I agree. There were times in that draft cycle, and I'm not a draft expert by any means, but I was like, I'd be happy if the Thunder got him at number 2. For all the reasons you said. But we saw it in Summer League, like immediately. He just doesn't have the offensive bag, really. Like he can't dribble. And what I saw at Auburn in the few games that I watched of him was like a lot of it was shooting over dudes and using his like supreme athleticism to just get a shot up whenever he wanted, not because of skill, but because of that athleticism. So it's like when he got to the NBA, that wrinkle was kind of taken away, and now he has to get looks created for him. He did a little more off the dribble stuff last year from what I saw, but it's tough. I mean, he got paid. He just got a pretty decent. He got like starter money, so he'll be starting on that team.
He's the kind of guy that you pay him starter money too. In worst case, you trade him, and somebody will view him as worthy of it. So I think it's a good contract for him.
Yeah. I don't know if you would have asked me a few years ago who would have lasted longer, Jabari or Jalen Green. I thought Jabari would have been traded first because he would have had more value. But
not always how it works.
What do I know? All right.
Please don't take the next guy that I want.
We're on the Spurs now, number 9. Who is left? I mean, I got to take Keegan Murray at this point.
Okay.
Like, it just feels kind of sad not taking Keegan Murray. And he would legitimately be playing for the Spurs. Like, isn't Harrison Barnes on the Spurs?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just younger Harrison Barnes. He's got a longer runway. Plug right in next to Wemby.
Yeah. He's a good player, but it sounds like this is like the drag Keegan Murray pod, but like truly
don't mean to.
Yeah, it's just like when you play in Sacramento, sometimes you just kind of.
That's kind of it. Like if he played on, can you imagine if he played on like a glamour franchise?
Dude,
like
if he was in the Lakers, he would be like Austin Reeves.
Oh yeah, yeah, he'd have way more value. And if he was a free agent, just out there, any team could sign him. He'd get a lot of money.
He would. I'm gonna go Christian Brown.
That's a really good one. I'm kind of sad I didn't think of that first because I probably would have taken it with 9 had I realized he was still down there.
Yeah, he's really good, man. And he has like the dog in him. He's a proven winner. He's won at every level. Does it on both ends. He's kind of like, he's not as good defensively as like a Caruso, but he's better offensively. Like he had some big time scoring outbursts and he can create for himself and does a lot of things. I just think he is the perfect player to have on your roster for the next 5, 8, 10 years if you're Denver. And he's the kind of guy that, like, if you knew what he was, I wouldn't be shocked if a team took him like 5th. Because you just know you're getting a very, 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 very good player who's going to help you win games. And the stats may not be super pretty all the time, but like he's so damn good.
He's like the perfect 5th best, like the 5th starter on like any team. Like he would play on the Thunder. He plays a ton for the Nuggets. He'd play on the Celtics. Any team would love to have Christian Braun. He's just like the ideal modern wing at this point.
Yep.
And he was scary. A lot of those games, it's just like pray Christian Braun doesn't keep hitting shots, and he hit a lot of them. He hit a lot of them.
He did.
Okay. Oh man, that would have been nice for the Wizards too. They drafted Johnny Taco Bell Davis with this one.
Oh man.
And that was the first like big miss in the draft. I'll go through the actual draft results. So the actual draft was Paolo, Chet, Jabari, Keegan, Jaden Ivey, Ben Mathurin, Shaden Sharp, Dyson Daniels, Jeremy Sohan, all still NBA players with some value. And then you get Johnny Davis, who was like done. I mean, he played for the Wizards for a couple seasons, but pretty immediately it was like, oh no, this is tough. Why did that happen? I didn't watch a ton of Johnny Davis.
I mean, probably a lot of reasons, but his jump shot, I don't know if it was his decision or the coaching staff's decision. He changed his jumper as soon as he got in the league. It looked real ugly. He looked 0% confident. He never really got to that point. And like, if he'd kept the jumper the same, maybe he ends up being like a role player. But like, he lost it, man, and quick.
The confidence thing.
Yeah,
that's crazy how fast that can happen. Here's a recap of our draft: Paolo, Chet, J-Dub, Dyson Daniels, Shaden Sharp, Andrew Nemhard, Tari Eason, Jabari Smith, Keegan Murray, Christian Braun. I probably would have taken Christian Braun like 7 had I realized he was still there. All right. Just a few picks left now. We're at 11. It's my turn, I guess.
It is.
Oh. Who should I take here? There are some guys I just don't know enough about. So I'm probably going to take... Oh, no, I'm not going to like doing this. I'm probably going to take Walker Kessler.
No!
Should I not?
Over Jalen Duren?
You're right. I'll take Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren. Maybe I'm
Walker,
too low. Maybe
Walker
I'm low
Kessler,
on Duren.
like, he's a fine player. But I think it says a lot about him when every year the Jazz are, quote unquote, willing to part ways for the right package.
And no one
will pay anything for him to pry him away. And I think that just tells you what kind of player he is. No team's willing to put up a big offer, and the Jazz are willing to give him away. Like, that just tells you he's just
You're right. I galaxy brained that one. That felt horrible coming out of my mouth when I said it. I'm like, I shouldn't say this. Jalen Duren, I think, got a lot better. I was kind of out on him after what was last year, his 3rd year.
Yeah.
First 2, I didn't really like at all. But last year it was like, oh, this is the guy who I thought he would be.
Yeah.
Remember the Jalen Duren Chet matchup in college where it's like, can Chet handle this physicality?
Yeah. He's
still there.
He's still pretty raw. And he's probably never going to be like a floor spacer, but he's a freak athlete. He dunks everything. He's a good shot blocker. Like, I think that in the late lottery, if you can get a starting caliber center that is never going to need a max contract, like that's kind of a sweet spot.
He's kind of like Bam Light. That's kind of how I see him in my head.
Yeah.
So that's not a bad pick. Not a bad pick. All right. Redeem me. Take someone better than Walker Kessler at 12.
Oh, part of me wants to take Ben Mathurin because he shouldn't be sitting this long, but at the same time, he's just so streaky. Like some games, it's like this guy is going to be a starter for a long time. And other games, it's like you are Jordan Clarkson 6th man.
Yes.
Which is still a fine role to play, but like, I don't know, man.
Win the lottery.
Yeah. Mathurin would be a good one. Jeremy Sohan, I don't think I would take. this early. Now knowing what I know, that he can't shoot a basketball
Like at all.
at all. Mark Williams, if he didn't have the physical stuff.
Ivy? You out on Ivy?
I just don't know. Like maybe he is the pick because there was some element of mystery. Like he literally shattered his leg last year and
Yeah.
wasn't able to play. So I guess it's between. Do you like Matherin, who you've got more of a sample size of? Do you like Ivy, who like was being talked about as like being a second or third pick in this draft at one point and just has never come around because of injuries? Give me Ivy. Yeah, you talked me into it.
All right. Big year for him.
Yeah, huge year. I mean, the Pistons are already pretty dang good. If they can get something out of him.
Yeah, they like kind of got better or stayed the same when he got hurt, and that's not always the best.
I think a lot of that should be credit to Cade, maybe not, dissing on him, but it does say something.
And Malik Beasley shooting for his life, literally, it seems like. It was
for all the marbles.
It was the contract year of all contract years for Malik Beasley.
It was. There's a name on this list that if you say it, I will strangle you through the microphone.
Oh no. What name would that be? Okay, let's see.
Talk us through what pick are we on?
We're on pick 13.
Okay.
Let me just run through some names that are available. Ben Matherin is available. Sohan is available. Mark Williams is available. Jake LaRavia is available. Walker Kessler is available. I won't be saying that name again. Nikola Jovic is available. Peyton Watson. Max Christie. Jay Will. Vince
Max
Williams.
Christie, the next SGA.
Oh my God.
Remember that for like a week?
No.
You don't remember that?
No. When he was on the Lakers still?
No, when the Mavs first traded for him.
Oh.
He had like his first week with the Mavs. He was like kind of going off.
He was. I remember that.
Is he the next guy that like gets to a new kind of like a Dyson? He gets to a new team and just like flourishes.
Yeah.
And Mavs fans were literally like, I kind of see some SGA in this guy. And I'm like, you guys are insane.
Delusional.
Yes.
Okay. Not many options I love here, to be honest with you. Do I take Jovic here because I don't really know what he is, and I just know he's still kind of highly thought of? Do I take Mark Williams? I'm taking Mark Williams.
Okay.
I still believe somewhat.
Yeah, I mean, if his injury, physical stuff isn't a concern, he's a damn good player.
Productive offensive player, at least.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, and it's humongous on defensive end. So
yeah.
All
right. Last pick of the lotto. Who you got?
The person I was gonna strangle you if you said their name was Jake LaRavia. I think he's a fine player, but I think the offseason movement for him has been a drastic X.com overhyping session. Let's go Ben Matherin here. He cannot slide outside the lottery. He's too talented. He's shown to me. I mean, he literally had a game against the Thunder that he won the game for him.
Yeah. 6 maybe.
I
don't remember exactly what game that was, but
I think it was it 3 or was it 6?
One of those
two.
Maybe our chat can remind us which game Ben Matherin went off in.
Yeah. I would take him with the last pick in the lottery, no doubt. And I think that leaves us the guys just outside the lottery would be LaRavia, Walker Kessler, Jovic.
It was game 3.
Game 3. Yeah, now that we're doing this, I think you might be right about the quality of this class. Like,
it's pretty dry after the lottery. Like,
you got Ousmane Dieng, you've got Agbaji, you got AJ Griffin, who's out of the league. You got Dalen Terry, who's just kind of You got Malachi Branham, who's like been waived by the Spurs. You've got David Roddy, Beauchamp, Blake Wesley just got waived. Wendell Moore, haven't heard his name in a long time. Patrick Baldwin, not a real player. Ty Washington's on 2-way deals. Like that's wrapping up the first round for you. Like that's not very good.
Very good.
We're talking about like 20 rotation players in this whole draft.
Yeah.
Which, like, maybe that's the average. I don't have like data on how many rotation players
No.
draft, but like that doesn't feel good.
It feels good to get 3 rotation players out of that
No
draft if you're the
kidding.
Thunder. They got, I mean,
Yeah.
because Jay Will was picked
Yeah.
34, and
Yeah.
he just got his second contract.
He did. Yeah.
And was this the same offseason where they grabbed Isaiah Joe?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, I think so.
Hell of an offseason.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, between the draft before, when it seemed like, wow, this team got a lot of really interesting players, and the only one that actually stuck was Aaron Wiggins, the very last pick of the group.
Yeah.
To this draft where it was like Chet was the headliner, of course, but like it felt like a big draft, and J-Dub, just like his charisma and his quick rise, there was a lot of hype around him, and like the analytics darlings and the smart draft guys online all loved him, but everyone else is kind of like, who? Santa Clara, like underside, like what is this guy?
He had the crazy hair coming in.
Yeah, the crazy hair. Like from the intro, this seems to be a theme with the Thunder. Every year in their rookie intro presser, we're all texting about quotes and like what's being said and stuff. And there's always a guy where you're like, he just like seems very cerebral and like gets it. He's mature. This guy's gonna be good. And that class, it was Dub. In this most recent, not the 25, but the 24 class, it was AJ Mitchell. He was talking, and you're like, this dude just is like
smart.
He understands basketball. And then he was really freaking good. It's just a theme with the Thunder. They get these guys that just, they're intelligent.
Yeah. I'm really curious. Cedric Coward has gotten a ton of comps to J-Dub because of the way they rose, like the way they both rose in the draft cycle. I don't know enough about Cedric Coward to know if that's likely or not. Like J-Dub is an outlier, obviously, but I wonder if the Thunder would have taken Cedric Coward if they were in that position.
I think so.
I don't know if he's that same cerebral type of guy.
I think that it's hard to say because like J-Dub was obviously a college point guard who was big for a point guard, and he did play some weird positions at Santa Clara when he didn't have the ball in his hands. Was asked to do a lot because he was like their best player by far. He was a good defender, but like I don't think anybody, at least that I listened to, watch, talk to, coming out of the draft was like, this guy is going to be an all defensive guy in the first 3 years that he plays basketball in the NBA. I don't think anybody would have been saying that. And so like my knock on Coward relative to J-Dub is like, he's nowhere near that kind of defender, but like, I don't think J-Dub was coming out of college either. So who knows? Like he's got the length to theoretically do so. I think that the more mysterious thing about Coward is that he only played, I think, 8 games at a high major, or high major is not the right word, at a sizable Division I school. Like that most recent season before the draft, he got hurt 8 games in. He played some really low level basketball for the first couple of years. Like teams he never heard of was who he's playing against, and then he moves up to Eastern Washington, who's like produced some decent talent, but they're not in a great conference. So like the tape on him looks really good, but he hasn't played anybody, and that's a hard thing to figure out. And when he's hurt coming into draft workouts, it's like what do you do?
That's tough. All right. Anything else from this draft that we missed? I don't think we missed anything.
I do think something interesting to always look at. I'll pull this up. Basketball Reference does statistics by draft class. So you can like see who has the most points from what drafts, etc. And I always think it's super interesting to like see the numbers, because in today's era of basketball, with us listening to podcasts, reading articles, being on social media, there's so much bias towards like the people we follow and what our algorithm tells us.
Yep.
So I'm gonna ask you some questions here.
Okay.
Total points, right? So this is not per game, this is total points. Who has the first in terms of most points scored in this draft class? This should be easy.
In 2022?
In the 2022 class, not just their rookie year, but like to date, who has the most points scored?
I'm trying to think of if I've missed an injury. I'm guessing Paolo.
Yep. Number 2,
J-Dub.
J-Dub. Number 3, I think we'll throw you for a little bit of a loop.
Oh God.
He's a guy that fell in our mock.
Out of the lottery?
No, he was a lottery pick, but he was much lower than he was taken in real life.
Keegan?
Ben Matherin.
Okay. I didn't think he
Third
got
most
enough minutes.
points. Same. Keegan is fourth with 3,090 points. Jaden Ivey fifth. Significantly less minutes. Like he played 5,400 minutes so far. Keegan's played 7,500. He's only like 60 points behind him. So Jaden Ivey, like as much as like my memory serves me as him being hurt a lot, he's been very productive and he's played very, very well. Total assists. Who do you think is numero uno?
I wonder, is it Paolo again?
Nope, he's third.
Damn it. Is it J-Dub?
He's second.
Damn it. Is it Dyson?
No, he's fifth.
Is it Andrew Nemhard?
It's Andrew Nemhard.
Let's go. I thought about I was like, I didn't know if he had the reps for that.
The best passer in this class, at least based on assists. Here's some advanced ones that are just kind of fun to poke fun at. Win shares. Who's number one?
J-Dub.
J-Dub. Number two is Jalen Duren. Win shares per 48. Who's number one?
Chet.
He's two.
J-Dub again?
Mark Williams.
What the hell?
Yep. Box plus minus. This one should be easy. Number one, he is the guy that is the Thunder is impossible to beat when he's on the floor. And the numbers have always shown it, regular season and playoffs.
Chet
Holmgren.
Yeah.
By a long margin, the number one BPM guy in this class. J-Dub's number two. And then value over replacement player, J-Dub is number one.
Yeah. He was replacing God knows who at that point.
His impact is pretty special.
Yeah.
Let's see who do you think has played the most games in this class?
J-Dub's missed games here and there. Matherin missed a bunch of time early. I kind of want to say Jabari Smith.
He's fourth. Number one is Christian Brown.
Damn it. I was wondering that. Okay. Should have went with my gut.
Here's one that will blow your mind.
Okay.
3-point percentage in this class.
Is it like with a certain amount of attempts or something?
There's from what I can see here, there's no attempts caveat.
Okay.
So here's the thing. Ryan Rollins is number one from Toledo at 41.4%. So we can probably scratch him. He's played 81 games.
Yeah.
Less than 1,000 minutes in his career. So if you scratch him, who is number one in this class in 3-point percentage?
Is this a name I would even know to guess?
Yes.
I'm like kind of overthinking this.
I'm going to tweet this one out because it's kind of mind-boggling.
Yeah. Was it someone in our lottery?
No.
Was it Jay Will?
Jay Will.
Oh,
39% on his career is the number one 3-point shooter in this entire class.
And he was not a shooter in college from what I remember.
No, I mean, he shot threes, but he certainly wasn't like known for being a sniper. Isn't that wild?
That is a crazy stat.
Yeah. Looking at his numbers, his first 3 years in the league, 35% year one, 42% year two, 36% year three. So like the data suggests he's more like a 36% shooter, but that tremendous year, his second year in the league has really lifted him up, man. That's
funny. When they hired Chip Ingram, we were
hold on. Google sucks. I typed in Jalen Williams and it brought up J-Dub's stats. Hold on. Like there's two of these guys on this team. It doesn't even give me the option for Jay Will. Like it doesn't say, God. Did you mean? Here we go. Jalen Will for the Auburn Tigers.
Oh, no.
Jay Will needs better PR.
Yeah,
like Google's out here pulling up Dub and the Auburn Jalen Williams. Anyways,
that's tough.
Disregard all the stats I just gave you.
Whenever Chip England was hired, we were all like, thank God he's going to fix Josh Giddey's shot. But I think other guys have benefited a lot more than I ever thought they would, like Jay Will. Like
Jay Will was 40.7% his first year, 36.8 his next year, 39.9 last year. That's
when he shoots now, I don't think he's missing, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah. That's all I got.
All right. That'll do it for us, folks. We're going to be back on Sunday as usual. Don't know what we're doing yet, but we'll have something cooked up for you. Enjoy the off season. Keep an eye out for, I don't know, some Jonathan Kuminga news. That's like the next bit of slop that we're scheduled to get. Some Josh Giddey stuff. I don't know. But either way, thanks for listening. Check out the Patreon. See you on Sunday. Thunder up and adios.